Well, I'm checking to check out. So, today, or should I say tonight, I'm gonna talk about something that I was gonna talk about. Well, I was meant to make this video years ago, but I kind of always put it off. You know what I mean? But the way I see it now is that you might as well just, get some of the shit out there, get the shit out there, and you know what I mean. And it may resonate. It may resonate with people, and other people may have experienced or experiencing the same things now. And we all heard of the term. We've all heard of the term of, when it comes to women or girls having daddy issues, yeah. As for the reasons as to why they act a certain way, but no, I don't think no one's really addressed the opposite way around. Like, no one's really addressed the fact that men can have mommy issues per se, or mother issues, as to the reasons why they may act in a certain way, or certain traumas in life, manifest themselves as people get older, So like I said, I haven't really heard people talk about it. I haven't really heard people talk about it a lot, if at all, really. And I actually heard someone say this, like, just on the off chance. I had a YouTube on. This must have been recently, not recently, but probably about 5 years ago, if that. And I thought, wow, like, this actually resonates, and so let's delve into the issue a little bit more. Let's delve into it now. Like, as a comparison, they say women have daddy issues, and that's why they go out and do this and that, blah blah blah. You know the rest. You should know. But what do men have? What do men have who may have had? What it comes down to is neglect. Yeah. So what do men suffer? What do boys or men suffer from having that neglect from basically the first female in their life, right? Being their mother. Like, what's the repercussions of that? And yeah, I didn't realize the stuff that I was doing. I didn't realize why I was doing certain things and why I acted a certain way until about 5 years ago. So just imagine, you've been going through pretty much most of your life and doing whatever and not necessarily knowing the reasons as to why, but it all came to a head and it all made sense. Now, where should I start? I would say for me and for some of the things that I've heard, I think the guys that do have mum issues or neglect from their mother, Yeah, you know, because again, the mother is the first female around a male's life. Okay. So to get neglect from that one person, invariably, what happens later on in life, you'll seek that attention, you'll seek that validation, you'll seek all of that within another woman, yeah, or multiple women, because you were neglected. You were neglected of that from a young age. Now, what age am I talking about? I'm talking about the ages of pretty much the most impressionable ages of the age of 9 to about 15. Okay. Now those ages are pivotal. They're pivotal in shaping a child's mind on how to maneuver and how to go about life. You know, those ages are extremely pivotal, right? And it makes me think about my daughter, how she's at that pivotal age. I haven't seen her since just after she turned 9 years old. Yeah, so she's in that pivotal age now, between the age of 9 till 16, 17, where she needs that father figure. Yeah, she needs that father figure because that will shape her mindset pretty much maybe forever. And that's something really hard to shake off. And that's why I'm really upset that I'm unable to be in my daughter's life at these times. But you know, let me put that to a side a minute. Let's stay on topic. Yeah, so what does that mean? So when you have neglect from your mother at that age, you're gonna seek it elsewhere, okay? And then what happens is you start to get into that bad habit that will last for years to come. And only until you realize why you're doing it, and then try to make the conscious effort to stop that, to stop the patterns of, you know, stop doing the fuckery. You know, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Obviously, it's better late. It's better late to never. It's better late than never to know these things. But finding out when I found out, again, it was by chance. It was by chance how I found this out. If I didn't have YouTube on that day, I may never have found out why. But luckily I did. So like I said, you seek attention from women, multiples of women, and it's a vicious cycle, because what happens again? What happens is you'll cause hurt, pain to the recipient, i.e., the female. Okay. Now, you know, how does that happen? For example, let's say you meet somebody now. Let's say you meet a girl, you get involved with her, you end up boyfriend and girlfriend. Everything's cool, but you know what? But then, as soon as another female gives you attention, yeah, as soon as another female gives you attention, the mind diverts to that. Yeah. Now you're drawn to that. You know, you could think, well, why you get enough you're getting enough tension from the woman that you're with, which in most cases you are. In most people's normal mindset, of course you are. But if you haven't got that normal mindset because of the childhood trauma that you've been through, it doesn't matter. You can have the best woman at home. You can have the best woman at home, but it doesn't matter, because as soon as another woman forgives you, shows you interest, you're over there doing whatever, getting up to no good and shit like that. And then another one shows you attention. Again, you go about doing the same bullshit with that person. And then, obviously, the person that you're actually supposed to be with, she's the one who takes the hurt. She's the one who takes the hurt. She's the one who takes the emotional damage, because all you care about is getting one woman, getting another woman, chasing after the next gal, talking to this gal. That's all you care about, because you're pretty much hooked on that. You're pretty much hooked on that attention, because it's something that you never got at those pivotal ages. You know what I mean? And that's probably, that's part of the reason why I've probably That's part of the reason why I've probably been through. I've had quite a lot of relationships, and I've been, and I've dealt with quite a lot of different women. That's part and parcel. That's the why. That's why I can talk on. That's why I can talk on experiences with different women and stuff like that, because I've been there with them. You know what I mean? I know what's what. So again, some people might not know what they're doing it. They might not realize what they're doing, and they're gonna keep on doing it, right? But if you can find out, if you address the reason why you do it, if you can find out the reason why you do it, then that's the first step of making things right, making things better. Something that you've been used to so long doing, yeah. Like I'm seeking everything that my mother should have gave me from another woman. That's what happens. I'm seeking it, and I'm getting it, but I'm gonna keep wanting more, and more and more and more. Again, it's a vicious cycle. It's a really vicious cycle, and it's nowhere near fair on the girl that you're involved with, and that's how I've messed up. I've messed up a lot of good relationships I could have had. I've met a few really good gems in my life, and I've messed it up because I was too busy chasing after the next gal, or you know, stuff like that, and just not really giving a fuck, being complacent, you know what I mean? Pussy come, easy go. That's how it was for a long time. And this is what happens when you get neglect from your mother. And this is not, and I want about in a single mother, in a single parent household. So it's not like you got a dad there. No, you've got just the mom. You're in a single parent household, and you're getting, and the one woman that you want the attention and love from, you're not getting it from her. Now you're gonna ask the reason why. Why is that? Why did I get that? Good question. Good question. Let me tell you why. Because at age 9, my my mother met my half brother and sister's dad. Okay, and basically, while she was with him, I think between the ages of 9 and 15, from what I remember, I was pretty much shut out in the dark. I was shut out. It was almost like I didn't exist. Okay. Now, what 9-year-old would want to go through that? You know, I'm not even in secondary school yet. I'm not. I don't really know anything. All I know at that age, yeah, because my dad's a piece of shit. He went there anyway. All I know at that age is that I had my mum. My mum was my everything, because that's who she was. She brought me up. You know, she looked after me. My mum had the role of everything. That's who she was. And you know, until she decided to get involved with that man. I mean, he come along. That's when the neglect started. And it wasn't just like neglect where like I was not necessarily. It's not just neglect where I was just like pushed to the side, which is obviously bad enough in itself. But this man was abusive to me. Okay. So, you know, let's put it in perspective. I'm not on about like pretty much, yeah, physically and emotionally abusive to me. So let's put it into perspective. You got a fucking adolescent, age 9, going on 10, and you got somebody who's come out of nowhere, some stranger, because that's who it is to me. A stranger comes into my life. I didn't ask for that person to be in my life, and now he's basically taking over. Yeah, he's the one who's got. He's the cunt, right? He's the one who's, made me feel isolated. Because that's what I was. I was pretty much isolated. And my mother enabled it. She enabled that. So again, put it into perspective. The only person you know who's looking after you, who's brought you up, who's pretty much your go-to for everything, has now pretty much put you out in the cold, and is enabling this stranger to come in and be emotionally and physically abusive to me. Okay? And like, when I say emotionally, when I say emotionally, well, mentally, sorry, yeah. When I say mentally abusive, you know, you used to poke fun at my weight, my belly, and stuff like that. Again, I wasn't a fat kid. I've always had a stick out stomach. Like I said, ever since I was a kid, even till now. I've always had a distended stomach. Like, I have to consciously, like, hold it in. You know what I mean? Which I'm kind of used to now. I've have to be doing it for years. You know what I mean? But you know, you don't be told that at 9 years old. You don't be told that at 10 years old. You know what I mean? So you know, now you've made a child body conscious. You know, that's just one example. And then you got and then you got the physical abuse again where it was enabled. I used to get fucking literally. Now, this man I'm talking about, bro, this man was 6'5". He was 6'5", normal built. So a man who was 6'5", and bearing in mind, I wasn't a bad kid. I was just your normal kid at that age. You know, every kid's a little bit cheeky and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I was never really out of order and anything like that. But he would always take it a step too far. You know what I mean? So you might hear me say something to my mum or whatever. And this man's 6'5". He would come, literally grab me by my neck, and lift me up off the ground, and be screaming and shouting in my face. Right? And that happened countless times. Like, my mum would see it, not do anything about it. Yeah, so she would see that and not do anything about it. I used to get banished to my room all day, like over some minor bullshit. I'd only be allowed like my dinner and to go to the toilet. Yeah, I'll be banished to my room all day. And I'll be sat to make. I'll be no TV, nothing. I'll be sat to write lines all day. Now I don't know if you remember at school. I don't know about now, but I was in secondary school at age, you know, in the mid to late 90s. I was in secondary school, and obviously primary school prior to that. And obviously, if you got in shit, like you lose your break times, and you have to sit there and write lines all day in a book at break time. So I had to do that kind of bullshit all day. Various other shit. Like, it got to a point where I didn't even want to, I was pretty much scared of the man. How the fuck can I defend myself against someone that big? And my mother wasn't even defending me. How am I gonna defend myself? You chose to bring this man into my life. Yeah? So again, like this kind of abuse lasted for many years. Like, I just gave you a few examples, you know, and I was pretty much scared to even like tell my other family members what used to go in at home, because I would face the wrath of not only of my mum, of him as well. So I was pretty much isolated for many years of my life. Yeah. And the one person who's supposed to have protected me, looked after me, gave me the attention that any normal kid should have had, never got it. Because she's too concerned with him. So, and this is, you know, this is what happens, man. I don't know. Again, I doubt I'm the only. No, I know I'm not the only person who's been through this kind of bullshit before. Yeah, but again, that's what led me on. That's what led me to be how I was growing up. Like you know, luckily for me, I was a decent looking guy, you know, and whatnot. So I would get attention from women, or I would go out and get women, like to fill that void that I never got from my mother, right? And so yeah. So yeah, it's pretty fucked up, really. I never, like I said, only a few people know about this. But I feel now is probably the best time to actually talk about it publicly. Again, because other people might have been through the same thing. And again, that childhood trauma has invariably has made me do the incorrect things in life, mess women about, hurt women's feelings, cheating on women, doing all that fucking bullshit, bro. Like, it's, to be honest, it would be good to actually talk to somebody about it. But obviously I know what's what. Like, I know what's what now. So I can kind of deal with that myself. You know what I mean? And that's why, you know. And basically it's all for nothing, really. It was all for nothing because I've lost real good people that I was with at the time. I've lost them because of my ways, and it was a subconscious thing I was doing. I didn't realize why I was doing it, but there be times, bro, I could have about 8-10 girls on the go, bro. You know what I mean? When I was a bit younger, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Look back now, what the fuck? I'm like, what does it really mean, really? Yeah, you can go out and fuck a girl now, yeah? Now what? And it's only when I started to get a bit older, I realized that going out, fucking all these bitches, yeah, just to get that little bit of attention to fill that void, ended up making me feel empty afterwards anyway. It did. So all in all, it was a lose situation. There was no gain from that, apart from in the moment gain. That's all it was. You know what I mean? And I can admit this now. I can admit it. A lot of people don't want to admit why they are the way they are. Even if they know the reasons why, they don't want to admit it. But yeah. But yeah, I've been rambling on now 30 plus minutes, so it's probably a good time to call it a day, and hopefully it may have resonated with some people and they can see what they do, and hopefully they can rectify how they act and how they go forward with stuff. And with that, I'm out.